Let's get into it, Steven. Again, mention it. It's your Christmas right now. 23rd overall pick. I guess it's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's round one of the NHL draft. 23rd overall. Who are some names to monitor from the Leafs perspective if they make the pick?
So tomorrow I'll be doing a Leafs Nation mock draft for all the Leaf picks. But the one that I'm the most excited about as a good fit is EJ Emery. And I was telling you on the plane, get on the hype train there. This is a guy who's 6'3", right-handed defenseman, who is one of the most athletic, one of the fastest defensemen you're going to find. So a guy that moves as well as he does, has the size, has the nastiness. I talked to a couple scouts that kind of told me the same story when it comes to the U.S. national development team this year. He had Cole Hudson as his defense pairing. So Cole Hudson he's the brother of Lane Hudson, just broke the U.S. national team development scoring record for defenders. They were going towards him instead of EJ Emery because they were terrified of what Emery was capable of.
Yeah.
And I talked to some of his teammates that said, like, you better be 5 or 6 steps ahead of you, or else he's going to catch up to you because he's got that speed and he's very physical. If they don't get Emery, because he could go higher, I have him higher on my board than a lot of other people do. But if he gets off the board and they still want to stick with a defenseman, Charlie Elick. Both these guys are not very offensive. Like EJ Emery did not score a goal this year. He's a shutdown defenseman.
Very Cade Weber,
but better.
Yeah,
with skill. Yeah. Then there's Charlie Elick, who has a bit more offensive skill, but that's not his thing. It's about being speedy, mobile guy. I just don't think he's as good of a defenseman. But those are two that are like. I did a couple profiles for Leafs Nation. One of them being if Liam Greentree falls down, which could happen. That's a guy who could be hot or cold, but, playing at the Windsor Spitfires this year, one of the best goal scorers in the OHL, kind of fell asleep in the U18s, didn't do a whole lot there, but, would you like a guy who can, hit like a truck out there and could score as a winger? And he's, defensively responsible. That's a guy you can maybe put as a second or third line winger, and it's good. So those are 3 of the guys I would be targeting, but it really depends on what Toronto's really looking to hear because they need help at every position.
Yeah, and I was going to ask too, like, what do we know about the draft history of Brad Treliving? Because I think it's important to stress where the Kyle Dubas era, I mean, it was quite clear they love their skill guys, their skill forwards, their smaller type players, but I feel like that's going to change a bit, isn't it?
I don't have it in front of me, but I feel like Treliving has a hit miss.
He does.
He?
He's not 100. There's been some question marks.
He's not Jim Nill.
But we do know that he does like his big guys though, right? And the big defensemen. And there's a bunch of those options this year. They could also go for a smaller guy and get Aaron Kiviharu and bet on the upside of him being a potential 40, 50-point defenseman one year.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different options there.
So my question is, boys, if you're the Leafs, let's say you get to pick 23, you don't have a second, third, and fourth rounder, right? EJ Emery's off the board, and so is Charlie Elick. Do you consider trading down that pick?
No, I still say no. There's still enough guys. This team needs some help in their prospect pool regardless because you need to have those guys who can come in cheap and you're not having to rely on signing a Tyler Bertuzzi in free agency. Yeah. And Nikita Artemonov out of Russia would be a good one. Igor Chernyshov, like these 2 power forward players who are just so difficult to play against. There's so many good options that you don't have to pick a defenseman. You don't have to pick a big winger. You can take a center. I'd say they should just keep it no matter what.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long-form interviews. We got clips. We got epic rants by Jay Roseau. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.